Here's what happened less than 24 hours ago. The largest oil cartel's letters have been leaked, and these letters are about urgently preventing the world from agreeing to phase out fossil fuels. Loose translation: do whatever the hell it takes to get the world to delay us from saving ourselves from climate change, and also to make sure that they can continue to make riches from dirty oil for as long as possible. Now, who is actually a part of the largest oil cartel? Let me introduce you to OPEC. OPEC stands for the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. OPEC includes 13 member countries with Venezuela, Saudi Arabia, Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, and UAE holding some of the largest oil reserves. It also has several observer countries such as Canada, Egypt, Mexico, Norway, Oman, and Russia. Now, what exactly happened was that Haytham Al Qais, the Kuwaiti oil executive and OPEC Secretary General, he wrote letters to the member and observer countries about how pressure against fossil fuels was really reaching a tipping point, and that fossil fuels phase out continues to remain on the negotiating table at the COP28 UN Climate Summit. Essentially, they're freaking out because if the world agrees to phase out fossil fuels during COP28, it's going to severely hurt their profits from oil and will also signal to the world that the end of the coal, oil, and gas era has arrived. Kais explicitly said in the letter that it would be unacceptable to put our people's prosperity, that is, dirty oil riches, and future at risk. He also said, I avail this opportunity to respectfully urge all esteemed OPEC member countries and non OPEC countries participating in COP28 negotiations to proactively reject any text or formula that targets energy, that is, fossil fuels, rather than emissions. What this basically means that he wants the world to focus on emissions rather than fossil fuels themselves. So forget the root cause, let's just focus on after effects, suggesting that we can continue to extract fossil fuels so long as technologies like carbon capture and storage, CCS, can stop CO2 from entering the atmosphere. Technologies like CCS are very important and need to be progressed upon. But I do agree with Fatih Birol, who is the head of International Energy Agency, who said CCS technology is far behind right now and will not scale up in time to cover the emissions of oil and gas sector if they are going to carry on with business as usual, and that the oil sector bringing up CCS technology as a panacea is mostly a distraction and almost a cover up to maintain the status quo. I really liked and agree with the commentary made by these three individuals here. So, the French Energy Minister Agnès Pannier-Runacher said that OPEC's position endangers the most vulnerable countries and the poorest populations who are the first victims of a changing climate. Then we have Tina Steege, the climate envoy for the Marshall Islands, says nothing puts the prosperity and the future of all people on earth, including all the citizens of OPEC countries, at greater risk than fossil fuels. The Spanish ecology transition minister Teresa Ribera also called OPEC's bid to block any phase out of fossil fuels at UN climate negotiations in Dubai disgusting. We're at a time in the history of the world where we are literally inducing a mass extinction upon ourselves. And the only possible scientific way we can realistically minimize the damage is to unanimously agree and act on a plan to phase out fossil fuels. I truly hope we do not mess this up for ourselves over greed and money. Thanks for watching.